Rofocale, Focalor, Furcalor, or Forcalor. And the chant, VM, second word, QVWZM, third word, LM, fourth word, XZ, and then ULXZOLI. And that first letter in that sixth is a capital. Vum kum wazum lum kz alx zale. Vum kum wazum lum kz alx zale. Vum kum wazum lum kz alx zale. Vum kavazum lum kzalakzale. 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 Now, you may want to say it 41 times, but if you cut it short, at least wait till you change your feeling. I feel a bit buzzy right now, so it's suitable. Black Witch Coven says that it appears as a blue light for those that aren't so advanced, and a green light for the more adept witches. Water, so Karshan would be the elemental king. Well, the whole quadrants of Karshan. A mighty duke, strong over 30 legions. And remember, legions, anything from 1,000 foot soldiers and 100 cavalry to 6 times that. So anybody who's like, well, it didn't feel like 50 legions, it felt like a lot more. It's like 300,000 people. You're saying it felt like there were more than 300,000 people in the corner of your living room or wherever you were doing that? No. Now, there is a sense of the presence of thousands and stuff like this, and you may get exact numbers at some point. But anyways, this being hopes to return to the 7th throne after 1,000 years. We got 2 entities in a row, realm, and then... And also, you go back a little, you got Phoenix, also hopes to return to the 7th throne. Appears as a man with griffin's wings. They say it has power over the wind and the seas. They says it overturns ships and, conversely, vehicles of war. And it says it kills men, but not the people in favor of you. In rituals to Rofocale, people would take the skin of a kid, you know, a goat, I would hope, and the body would be burned. So, anyways, Michael W. Ford says that operations regarding this entity are good for quick resolution, but a dream of it is a warning sign. A dream of this symbol, or I guess if there's another variation of the Lucifuge Rofocale, Focalor, Furcalor, Forcalor symbol, that, you know, it's that people have that evil eye. They have it out for you or your family or something, or yours or whatever. Stephanie Connolly says that it's capable of avoiding terror and being kind, but it doesn't prefer to be that way. VK Jehennem says that it's nocturnal, The number is 342. It's for alchemical transformation. Its office is over those destined to die. And it supposedly helps people avoid negativity, which is an interesting way to go about things, is to call up demons to help you to stop being so negative. Particularly such a dark one. James Donahue says that it smells of death, and it has it has a scaly appearance, and it may not speak, and it may be it may use other languages. Oh, it's said to be a grief-causing entity. Now, part of the reason why it's Lucifuge Rofocale, aside from personal gnosis, is that you scramble the Rofocale and Focalor, you get the same Focalors in Rofocale. And Rofocale is to wear a cloth about the neck like a sick person. That's what it means. Lucifuge means to flee the light. So it's far closer to the demon meaning that people are looking for when they, So the Grand Grimoire has a ritual called the Mystery of the Black Hen for making a demon be obedient. And the Grand Grimoire listed as a prime minister over wealth and under luck. It's under Lucifer as a subordinate. And Baal, Agaris, and Marbas, Goetia number 1, 2, and 5, are said to be under it. As its inferiors. It is requested to abandon, in that ritual that I mentioned from the Grimorium Verum, it's requested to abandon its place and come and speak to a person. And as opposed to Mephistopheles, some people are going to say, is Mephistopheles and Rofocale, Lucifuge Rofocale, are they the same being? No, they're not the same being. Mephistopheles is said to grant an experience. So it's more on a emotional, maybe even sensual level that people are willing to basically give up their lives for. Lucifuge Rofocale is very physical in what it's supposed to grant. But are the things happening here, is it because you evoke these things, these changes out of yourself that attracts these things to you? Whatever you believe, I'm presenting these things here. So the Venus sounds would be E through F major in the traditional sense. Mode 5, F sharp, Mixolydian, according to the O&A. And traditionally, you'd say morning in clear weather would be when the dukes are called up. But in the Like the Goetia rite, partially because of the narration about Surah 72, saying it in the evening before heading out was a huge reason why I picked the timing that I did. But I like to start. When I did them, I like to start. I always tried to start them in the evening. So, if you're in the wrong part of the country, it could be a couple months without any clear weather in the morning. So, anyways, 221.23 hertz is an A in the 32nd octave, and that's the scientific sound. And that would be 103.7 beats per minute, 442.5 over hertz over 440 hertz, plus 9.6 centimeters. So some sense we're going to look at that people would use in terms of Venusian, Luciferian, whatever you're going to call it. You got calamus, burdock, blueberry, tansy, collards, allspice, colt's foot. I would also say kale too if you have kale. Clover, civet, cherry, catnip, henna, elder, dogwood, dittany, deer's tongue, demiana, patchouli, lily of the valley, life everlasting, cardamom, almond, melilot, marjoram, maidenhair, lovage, lady's mantle, muskwort, mugwort, motherwort. And in terms of magical weapons or for or against, a cane made of a staff made of cane, and a blasting rod made of hazel. You know, blasting rod is like a little branch, I guess, that's kind of forked. Lovage, lady's mantle, muskwort, mugwort, motherwort, pennyroyal, orris, oregano, orchid, myrtle, musk, althea, wisteria, yohimbe, am I pronouncing that right? Ambergris, benzoin, lemon verbena, thyme, vervain. A necklace of vervain around the sacrifice, but you know, that would be the tradition. Vetiver, violet, peppermint, saw palmetto. I don't know why you'd, in terms of an exorcism, and, you know, if this being changes on behalf of the exorcist, you know, that kind of implies something, doesn't it? Peppermint, saw palmetto, spearmint, strawberry, pomegranate, red clover, red sandalwood, rose, salep, savory. And to remind you, someone have a solid brass vessel, I have my old brass-lined box that I made in middle school. So let's get to sharing my first experience. I don't have any special verses chosen with this, so let me see. Yeah, I intended 8:30, and I'm sorry that I did not have this started at 8:30 or 8 or whenever I planned to start it. 7:33 to 8:01 p.m. Cinnamon, cinnamon representing peace. Let me. Oh, that's not good. Okay. What day was this? Tuesday, October 11th, 2011. 7:33 to 8:01 p.m. I'm sorry if I've been repeating. I keep losing my place. Anyway. It was as if nothing else existed but me, God, and the prayer space. I felt watched from behind and below me. I sat there, feeling like electricity was flowing within me. I was still, but it felt like every part of me was moving. I was as a vain bow of mist. Oh, I was as a rainbow of mist. My eyes wet with tears. It felt like I cried a lot, more than I did. All my muscles gave way for a moment. I felt utter calm and contentment. I sat up straight again, feeling warmth as dark-colored waves kept coming down around me. I tingled as I drifted in and out of seeing nothing of the room. I felt heady as I ate and drank. The skin on my face still feels like it's moving. Now, that's a lot more pleasant than when you're coming off of medication and you know, by coming off, I mean you've been on it for a while and you have to quit. So it's not that sort of feeling, but I guess it's similar in a good way. You know what I'm saying? So some of the ancient Aramaic that could cue us into what's going on in terms of the name. You have Pakar, which is seek, inquire, search. Pakra, seeking. Puck, overturn, flask, box, vial. Pook, cosmetics, paint, glistering color. Pull, plead, judgment, speak to authority. Pla, perform, work, wonder, marvelous, wonderful. Thing, hard, wondrous, perform, performance. Okay. Pool, bean. Peel, plead. Puck, crumble, riverbank. Pook, crumble, advance, stumble, moon. Pa, shine. Pa, scream. Peak, crumble, smite. All, work, yoke, experience the staff, raise, glove, upon, high, in, on, over, by, for, both, beyond, through, off, from, for, besides. Now, if I recall right, every entity with the all in it, as far as its name in regards to the Goetia, we are also looking at something with a Saturn attribute. And we do have the Saturn of the Dark Tree of Life attribute for Lucifuge Rofocale and for Focalor. Lur are the tongue sounds, are the liquids of speech. So that's 2012, probably has an experience to share. So we're going to see here. Yep, it does. So this was October 12th, 2012. And I was going to include Ephesians 6, 7 through 9. Apocalypse, the Book of Revelations 5, 9 through 11 and 14, and 6, 12 through 7, 17. I was going to include Al-Quran 7, 53 to 58, 10, 11 through 25, 14, 11 through 18, 15, 1 through 25, 18, 32 through 45, 17, 53 to 58, 35, 1 through 2, 39, 67 through 75, 55, 14 through 17. But I didn't. Specific verses for this ritual that I did include was Al-Quran 2, 164, 3, 113 through 129, Genesis 26, 15 through 35, Ezekiel 26, 1 through 21. And, okay, what time did I start this? 7:41 to 8:44 p.m. I saw a rolling of something like green, twirling ribbon on the table before me. All green. I felt the presence upon the floor behind me and east. Different room, but that's about east, more or less. It seemed something was low to the ground there. I felt jostled about thrice. I saw smoke like a burst of yellow twists. I felt heavy. I was prickling all over. I became pleasantly warm. When that left, it was a soothing warmth. I saw flickers of pink all over. There was red lightning. I was electric, with a sensual numbness. I saw a thick red glow upon the south side of the western altar that obscured the view of the items on that side. I was energized with that numbness. I was gone by then, but the energy remained. It was darker, and I felt many blasts of euphoria before I closed. The last as such was about 9 p.m., when my eyes returned to normal. So 16 minutes after the completion of the ritual. And I guess I'll see, there's got to be some, I guess I'll start with Greek. And so we have klahros, lot, drawing lots, share, portion, inheritance, estate, and allotment, pieces of land. Laros, dainty, sweet, delicious. Laros is also gull. There's that Saturnal symbolism again. Liraros, warm, tepid, soft. Lura, lyre. Kaulaurops, shepherd's staff. Aklahrote, without drawing lots. Aklahros, without a share, needy. Akalaritas, soft flowing. Akello, run aground. Alura, spelt or rye. First spelt myself, although I haven't had rye in a while. Haven't had spelt in a while either. 4, thief. Foca, seal. Fo, produce, beget, bring forth, make to grow, get, gain, grow, spring up, come into being, be born, introduced, be by nature, fall to one by nature. And let me look at some Latin before I return to the biblical Hebrew and make sure I have shared everything and repeat some stuff. Colornus means made of hazelwood. There you have it. The hazelwood blasting rod of or against Lucifuge Rofocale. You have color, color, hint, hue, aura, boundary line, border, bound, edge. Aura, Hora, the name of Hercilia, which is thought to be a goddess. Furo, to rage, rave, be out of one's mind. Furia, the avenging spirits urging frenzy and madness. The avenging goddess, the Furies, or so they're called. Furio is to madden. Furca is a fork or a fork shape, and we're going to see this again when we get to an entity that's admittedly Saturnal. Few, adversion, to doting. Foco, to redden, to paint, to dye. Focale, a neckcloth. Ravet, worn by a sick or effeminate. Ficulus, see? Rofocale and Focale, very similar words. Repeated, I guess. Ficulus, a little fig. Ferocia, untamed spirit, warlike temper. Pharaoh, to bear, to carry. Ferio, to strike, to smite. Again, we're seeing, and the Latin's giving us more of the stuff that we're finding in the grimoires about Focalor. Very near, almost, about, 8. Feria, holidays, festivals. Fera, a wild animal, a wild beast. Ferculum, burrow, a portable frame, a dinner tray. And remember, with Focalor, we are starting a series of serpents. Despite the griffin wings and stuff, it's, you know, we got several in a row here. They're listed as serpents, too. Far, spelt grain, farico. Oh, farcio is to fill full stuff cram. Fecia is strong for fetiel, the Roman college of priests that attended to the due forms of making peace. Arwar. Falcifer is a scythe-bearing, and it's said to be a title of Saturn. Facul, easily. Facio, to do, make, to act, behave, deal, be of use. Facilis, that which can be done or made, easy, free from difficulty. Okay, I kind of didn't do too well with that. So, sorry. Rekel, turning again to the so-called biblical Hebrew, we got trade, merchant. Merkulut, merchandise. Rukla, merchandise, traffic. Rakil, title bearer, slanderer, slender tales. Cooker, round, talent. Tukrik, garment. Lur, liquids are those sort of tongue sounds too. Kiker, that sounds like something from a chant, doesn't it? Kiker, kikarfitsa, you know, no, I don't even remember it. Round, talent, plain, loaf, peace. Country, morsel. Pucker, seek, inquire, search. Pukrah, seeking, seek. Perch, burst, bud, flourish, blossom. Grow, break, fly, spring, abroad, abundantly spread flower. So that would be a interesting connection to the green thing that could back up the idea of the greenness. Aprich is a chick or a young. Pierchich, brood, youth. So the griffin's wings, that's where this is coming from. Perk, whip, rigor, cruelty. Perukut, curtain, veil. Pra, loose hair, refuse, uncover, naked, avenging, avoid, go, bear, let, not perish. Locks. Pra, revenge, avenge. Perk, tear, tear away, rend, break, redeem, deliver, crossroad, fragment, booty, crossway, robbery, broth. Mup, rukut, neck, again the fakal, the Rachel, you are sheep. So if you know someone named Rachel, that's what it means. We have hapuk, overturn, turn, overthrow, overturn, change, become, came, convert, give, make, perverse, pervert, retire, tumble. You have hupka is overthrow. Paka, pour, rain. Apik, riverbank, river, channel, stream, brook, mighty, scales, strong. Pook, crumble, advance, stumble, move. Peak, crumble, smite. Per, tread, Bull, fruitful, open the head. Bull, ox, or oxen. Oh, bullock or oxen. Calf, young. Prah is a heifer, kind, fruitful, increase. Body fourth, bring. Epoch, river. Refrain, a river brook. Refrain, force, restrain. Prah, break, void, defeat. Disannual, disappoint, frustrate, not, cease, clean, dissolve, divide. Puck, crumble, river break. Pour, skillet, pot, pan. Upper, ash. Par, decoration, beautify, glorify, boast, bow, glory. Turban, beauty, goodly, ornament, tire. So maybe it's to be worn about the head, not the neck. Puara, branch, bough, sprig. Tapara, decoration, glorious, bravery, coming, excellent. Parar, blackness. So fleeing the light fits in very well. Par, fruit, fruitful, wild ass. Pour, crush, wine press, broken, take. Pre, fruit, fruitful, bough, reward. Pura, wine press or press. Puck, overturned flask. Box, vial. And so 2013, 2014. So here is more or less the final of the Furcalor symbol. I mean the final version of the ritual. And let me see if there's an experience to share. No, but there is some language to share that has to do with... Oh, no. There is an experience to share. I'm sorry. And the following is from Sunday, the 13th of October, 2013. 7:46 to 9:13 p.m. The candle, Tuscan wine, symbolizing refinement. Ephesians 6, 7 through 9, Revelations 5, 9 through 11, and 14. 6, 12 through 7, 17 was not included. Okay, I guess it's not going to sting me. Ezekiel 26, 1 through 21 was not included either. Genesis 26, 15 through 35 was not included. From Quran, I used 3, 113 through 129. 7, 53 to 58. 10, 11 through 25. 14, 11 through 18. 15, 1 through 25. 18, 32 through 45. 35, 1 through 26. 39, 67 through 75. 55, 14 through 45. To 164. And of course, I included 23, 93 to 98. 72, 1 through 28. And 51, 56 through 58, with the formulas that I shared at the beginning of this playlist. Refinement was the symbolism of the candle. And so, 7:46 to 9:13 p.m., Sunday the 13th of October 2013. I felt buzzy and I saw electric green. I felt it crawling upon my skin for a while. All was dark and calm. I felt a presence on the floor and a tad of electricity in the talisman at times. And by talisman, I mean something that completes the ritual. Not that I worship it and think it does stuff all on its own. It's because my thoughts connect it to it. In the talisman at times. The black in the room could be seen as a thickness, uneven above. I heard a hard wind blow for minutes, with a screech on my left, so that would have been to the south. I saw a redness brighten forth as I felt a pleasing warmth. Euphoria came down, starting with a verse in Surah Fatir, number 35, and ending with the Song of Declaration. How does it go? And the kingdom is thine to inherit. Yeah, I don't remember it at the moment. Anyways, the sense of presence, of abnormal bliss, and unusual warmth left me at 9:17 p.m. So 4 minutes after starting, but it was, a good hour and a half later. Oh, and another minute, yeah. So, before I try to connect this all to the Enochian, the call of the 30 Aethyrs, well, to bring this working, we got Pri Yami Purput, existing in the boiling of the so-called gods. Okay, what is it called? Pukari Yumi. Okay. So it's a series of beings here. Yamiya Purput. Okay. In the Duat, the 8th of 12 hours of the night side, or the afterlife, or it's hard to describe, I guess. You got Pukharit Ankhs, said to be a serpent deity, in the circle of At Sitkau. So, Pukhariyu Gemeu Put. Okay. So that's the same thing. That's what I meant by the serpent. In the 11th of the 12th of the Duat, you get the serpent wardenfold to the 9th gate. And that again is Khari. So Pukhari. And you got Pukhara is the name of the rudder of the western heaven. And I want to make sure you got the right one. Purpur is also in Aramaic known as Purr, is to leap about. And Purpur, to run about, but it means in the Egyptian to run about swiftly and or to be agitated. And you got Pur, Ir, Nefur, Nu, Nabatas, Nachur, or Pir, Nefur, Nabsut, which comes, or Pur, Nefru, Nalus. Is it, which, okay, yeah. It's the palatal, not the dental. And that's said to be a so-called goddess of the 12th hour of the night. So that would be of the twilight, now wouldn't that? And you got Fa-e-Haru is said to be a name of Osiris. Fa-yur-turu is said to be a goddess of the seasons or the year. All that stormy stuff, right? And we have different variations of that name. Fadur, Pa, okay. So that's it with that. And I'm going to is there other language that I left out here? Lush, a gladness. Oh, Lasha is a gladness. Lashat is, or Lashayu is a, Lashat, Lashayu is a governor, a summit, a head, a top. Lashayo is a peak. And in the third of the 12 of the Duat, we have Sti, a fire-spitting serpent, said to protect other so-called gods. Sti her. Oh, I'm listing something from an earlier one, but when I get to ones that I haven't shared, a Duat number 8 of 12, a serpent wanderer of the 7th gate. And Vepar will be the next one. And people may not like the language, but this is a free listing. And yawn, 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 yawn. I'm getting a smell, a very vegetative sort of a smell, like flower maybe, but like grass, not really either. O you heavens which dwell in the 12th Aethyr, the first Aethyr of glory, providence turning into will, are unchanged since the beginning, eliminator of names, who continuously converts, mighty in the parts of the earth, and execute the judgment of the highest. To you descend. Behold the face of your God, the beginning of comfort, whose eyes are the brightness of the heavens, which provided you for the government of the earth and her unspeakable varieties, furnishing you with the power of understanding to dispose all things according to the providence of him that sitteth on the holy throne, and rose up in the beginning, saying, the earth, let her be governed by her parts, and let there be division in her, that the glory of X may be always drunken and vexed in itself. Her courses let it run with the heavens, and as a handmaid let her serve them. One season let it confound another, and let there be no creature upon or within her the same. All her members differ in their qualities, and let there be no creature equal with another. The reasonable creatures of men, let them vex and weed out one another, and the dwelling places, let them forget their names. The work of man and his pomp, let them be defaced. His buildings, let they become caves, or the beasts of the field. Confound her understanding with darkness, for why? It repenteth me I made man. One while let her be known, and another while a stranger, because she is the bed of an harlot, and the dwelling place of him that is fallen. O you heavens, arise! The lower heavens underneath you, let them serve you. Govern those that govern, cast down such as fall. Bring forth with those that increase, and destroy the rotten. No place let it remain in one number. Add and diminish until the stars be numbered. Arise, move, and appear before the covenant of his mouth, which he hath sworn unto us in his justice. Open the mysteries of your creation, and make us partakers of undefiled knowledge. Backwards. Bunjo. In yellow, surrounding it, giving a light tinge to the orbicular jasper. Madre axtus prafloe kiss tapama gedans umbreal Mekal sanekas kateves basis raseda Nanka nansa kahurim mikmadoyan madeaur bleorm saba Onakis loketiteas peripsol dosabrasa nankath netaim kaske atilb alpahahatam plaz Tot nankaf nansaf gimakals amalarasan Tafkla mabiare yadoigo ortazulp eodaf kohol kasko Tabawad saner ad Christas Europoil Telmal Bastir Telm no one bedar spa Odarumne Tudrumne Zlina Elzaptilm Pange Peripsax Adtakurlas Boapis La Nibamav Kasimp ad Christia Sagtoturn Mirak Katayabalil Tan Pambendisma Aspayan ad Christias Anglator Torn Parak Paraok Asiemp Cordzis Dad Palad Fifas Lismanad Ad Fardagut Banzamas Canis Bra Arawax Tanang Tanvadig Ors Katbel Noas Me Tamges Leoeth Mong Anke Vunke Til Mors Bagle Moa all chords is like a pamau examaxip odd kakakasangasa baglin payatayanta balon not forget telok tilok Vavimarex Tozamoadrex Oraka Uruka Aboapre Tabaore Preas Artabasadrapan Corstadobex Yolcam Preaze Arcoaze or Cabasakating Patyandag Repair Pax at Sagakor Bamalod Pardzar Pridzar Kakarg Kakurg Oi Kormbat Torzam Zakaradzam Aspet Sebse Batmanadus Surzas Diabaltan Nada Kikleka Aras Asma Plaple Things have been moving upon me. Things have been moving in the room. And the word is Kabbalah Zoom. Kabbalah Zoom is the word. Hold it. Hold it before you. What name has been eliminated? What has changed since the beginning? How are you visited by the Comforter? Have you dipped into elemental fire? Do you know what the becoming of providence is in terms of the true will? What do you know of the first Aethyr of glory? Loe, 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 loe. Ride your chariots. Capture the Wunjo rune. It is a deep red in yellow mist. How do we get inside? How do we take it from the egg without breaking it? We have to travel over the water. That euphoric flow. Down, down, down. Over the fingertips, over the toes. Accept. Who knows?